he kind of essentially is assassinated for his ideas, for challenging people. And when Charlie came to Penn State, I said the same thing. People would say, oh, this guy, oh, God, either they love him or they're going to go try to protest. And I'm like, what are you going to protest? What are you protesting? Ideas? Like, what are you actually protesting? Come on, man. Instead of protesting, what you do is go and debate him, right? Go debate him. But, a lot of people don't want to do that because they're going to look silly because he became a really smart guy.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong, but it was never for the benefit. Like being able to look at someone with an opposing opinion and say, I take no offense, it's not hating on me, it's your opinion, it's your stance, I respect it, is something he did rarely. And I think even, again, in relation to who he was talking to, he's 31, or correct?
Yeah.
He's in his 30s arguing with college students and pushing a fake prove me wrong narrative. I'm going to listen to you. No, you're not.
Here.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. This video is about a professor that has had enough of people saying bullshit things about Charlie Kirk. This is an incredible video for you guys to check out, and I would love every single one of us to watch this video together, guys. Let's go right into it.
He started university when he was 18, like many of you, most of you. And, he really wanted to be involved and be active. And when he got to the university, and I met Charlie Kirk when he was here the first time. He decided that he started taking classes, and he sat in on some of these big lecture classes, and where you take notes. They put PowerPoint slides up, and you write notes down, and then a few weeks later you take an exam and you see if you can memorize everything that was on those PowerPoint slides. And then as soon as you take the exam, you forget it all because it doesn't matter to your life and it's irrelevant. And he started doing that, and he said, this is not for me. I actually want to do something. I want to be active. I want to be involved. I want to get young. I want to get people like me really active in changing the world. And so he dropped out, and he had the courage to drop out, right? Which a lot of folks probably get to that same place, but they don't do that. But he did.
True.
And he's quite talented from a really young age. He was quite a talented speaker, and developed a kind of a sense of confidence, and chose his ideas that were important to him. We all have certain, we don't all, a lot of us are just kind of floating through the world, and we haven't really found ourselves yet. But I would listen to him often and be like, listen to him debating someone. I'd be like, okay, that's a good point. That's a cool point. Okay, that's good. Okay, I don't like that. That's like, yeah. Oh, that's cool. No, that's not cool. I don't like that. And that's how life is. And that's how life should be. And if you're really engaged, that's how it should be. You can't, if you listen to someone or find somebody out there in the world who you agree with on everything, then you probably can assume that you're have some degree of schizophrenia or psychosis because you're listening to yourself.
True.
Because there's nobody anywhere that you agree with 100% of the time. That's the nature of it, right? So, people with me, sometimes they take a little tiny clip out of 8 seconds, and they're like, oh, this guy is a lunatic, right? And I'm like, well, you didn't get the 8 seconds before, and you didn't get the 8 seconds after. You got that 8 seconds. Well, that happens a lot, and I'm watching that now on Reddit and on Twitter and on different things, So I want to caution you all, caution everybody to be careful about doing this to anyone, okay? In any case, he kind of essentially is assassinated for his ideas, for challenging people. And when Charlie came to Penn State, I said the same thing. People would say, oh, this guy, oh, God, either they love him or they're going to go try to protest. And I'm like, what are you going to protest? What are you protesting? Ideas? Like, what are you actually protesting? Come on, man. Instead of protesting, what you do is go and debate him.
Simple.
Right? Go debate him. But a lot of people don't want to do that because they're going to look silly because he became a really smart guy. And you can say, well, he can't be very smart. Some of you maybe, you can't be very smart because I disliked his ideas. Well, you can dislike ideas, but debate. That's what we're doing at a university. This is it. This is it, man. We're trying to be smarter. We're trying to just be better and smarter than what we were when we started.
Sure.
The thing I fear the most is retaliation. Just because we live in a world where retaliation is such a common thing on both sides in any issue. And with Charlie being such a high profile, he raised millions of dollars for the right-wing party, endorsed candidates. I just feel like it opens the door for someone else who feels passionate to do it to a leader on the left.
Mm-hmm. So what does retaliation look like when you say that? What?
I could see, for example, because I was just having a conversation with friends about this. Kamala Harris is going on a book tour. And I believe President Trump got rid of her, I think it's called presidential security or whatever that she had. What if she has one in Philadelphia coming up in a couple weeks? What if she goes to that and someone wants to retaliate and says, I'm going to go to Kamala Harris's book tour and do what they did to Charlie?
Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, I like that you said some of us, not them. It's some of us, right? Yeah. How about somebody else? What are you most afraid might happen?
I think, our guns the laws changing. The laws have changed in Massachusetts already. You can't even have a Glock anymore. That's just a handgun. It's not an AK-47 or an AR-15. It's a handgun.
Well, so you're afraid, actually, of clamping down on the Second Amendment.
Yeah, because guns don't kill people. Cars don't drive
People
drunk.
do.
Spoons don't make people fat. People kill people.
Yeah.
People are sick, and they're the ones that kill people.
Mm-hmm. By the way, can I just tell you something? There are a ton, so many Second Amendment people watch this class, so you made a lot of friends right there. By the way, okay, somebody else.
Well, I think that was a really good segue into this. I think with the combination of possible retaliation and the lack of gun laws, wouldn't gun laws be better if there is a fear of retaliation from the left?
Yeah.
I think the problem with taking away or putting any gun laws into play is you're going to create a black market for guns. There's already a black market. There's already ghost guns,
Sure.
and it's just going to be just like weed, just like cocaine,
Yeah.
just like anything else that gets on the street.
All right.
That's true. That's a good
so
point.
hang on. I want you to go back. What is it?
Layla.
Layla. Okay. Layla, go back to. So you made that point, but go back to the main question. What are you most afraid of?
I think I'm most afraid that America won't utilize Charlie Kirk's death in the correct way, and nothing will really be gained from it, and it'll take too long to put the pieces together of significance, meaning what was he talking about when he died? Who killed him? Was it a civilian or was it planned? Was it, the date, the location, things like that? It's going to take a little bit too long to dive into those things, which prolong the process of gun control and things like that.
Okay, so wait, what's the very first thing you said? The how you start? Huh? Do you have?
I do. I think another fear is maybe someone taking it upon themselves to handle his unfinished business, because I'm sure a lot of people that supported Charlie Kirk feel like, oh, he's gone too soon, he wasn't done,
He wasn't done.
things he was pushing, he was making change. Other people may feel the need to echo him or carry on the rhetoric he was pushing, and I don't think that's beneficial at all.
Okay, so wait, so for you, actually, so you're someone who, for the most part, there are many things that Charlie said that you would agree with.
That I would agree with?
For sure.
No.
Well, listen to what I said earlier. He said the guy was talking every single day, just like me. I have thousands hours of video. He has probably 100,000 hours of video. There are things that he said that I will guarantee you would say, oh yeah, a lot of things that he said that you'd be like, yeah, that's actually a really good point, and that's a smart point, and that's good, that's bad, you know.
Oh, I'm sure, but with the context and with just everything altogether, Charlie Kirk as a whole, I know I do not agree with. He could say and have, you know, some clear points that are factually true or statistically true or morally true in rare cases, but that doesn't mean I agree with him and everything that he did. I wouldn't even
no.
say.
That
It's
delusion
not
there.
everything. It's some things, right? And so
Sure.
that's just kind of like me. It's like anyone, and there's nothing that if you decided, hey, I'm going to be the next, I'm going to pick up and do what Charlie Kirk did, or any of us in the classroom, right? And you would think, yeah, I got these really good ideas, and I'm going to push them forward. Immediately, you just start saying things that you think are really thoughtful and smart, and then half the people are like, oh, this person's a jerk, like whatever, and so I get what you're saying. Like you have your own kind of personal vision of the world, and but you also understand that, right? Okay, all right, that's fair. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'm afraid that people laugh about this. Like I've seen it on TikTok now. Like people are laughing that an influential person in our world that made us question our beliefs, just like you do yourself. It's not funny. No one should die, right? Everyone has the right to live. That's another one of our rights in the United States.
So what's your fear of that? People not taking this seriously and.
I think just because the person died, the voice doesn't stop. Someone else is going to fill his position sooner rather than later. And,
Thank you.
Everyone's going to have to live with it. And, I fear that it's just going to happen again and history is going to repeat itself once again.
So you're this college student coming down here from Boston, right? And you're studying at Penn State. You're spending a lot of money here at Penn State to study, right? You want to be challenged. You need people in your life who are going to say things that challenge you.
Yeah, that's why I didn't stay at school in Boston.
Yeah. Okay, so listen. So, for example, you're a supporter of the Second Amendment, right?
Yeah.
So you then,
Well, I think in general as an American, no matter what the amendment is, what amendment, what the Constitution is, I think we just got to back the Constitution altogether.
I got you, man. You're a supporter of the Constitution. Yeah, exactly. So, do you have a question or a comment?
It was a comment.
All right. What's your name again?
Raul.
Raul. Okay.
Yeah. It's just my biggest fear is exactly what we're seeing in the beginning of this class, which is we've been asking questions and yours have been very direct about terrorism and death, and everyone's answers have always been like, oh yeah, but maybe my worry is who's going to fill his gap, or who is going to keep his rhetoric going, or is his rhetoric going to get stronger? Is he going to be like, for me, the biggest fear is very obvious, and it's like you said, in other countries, there's the culture of someone comes in a motorcycle and steals your bag. We, in the internet, and I see it with my friends this morning in the group chat and everywhere in the internet, people are like, yay, maybe he was a little out of line, but we got him killed, and that's better. There's now a gap, like, haha, look at this video where he said killing was worth it. Good thing he died. Like, you're joining him. You're being one person that says, yes, we should kill people. Yeah, I am on his team. If I don't agree with you, you should be dead. Like, we should not create a culture here where we celebrate someone's death and we're saying, oh, because I didn't agree with him, we should kill him. And even though it's joking and celebrating, you see it on the internet, and that creates small groups that encourage each other online, which creates shooters.
Bro, so here's the thing. If you can go there to say, like, oh, yay, let's celebrate this somehow, then Jack right here, who supports the Constitution and that, in the Second Amendment, naturally, then, we can attack him too. Well, let's go to him. We went to Charlie, we'll go here, we'll go there, well, let's go to Jack.
Well, I'm sure that Jack, as a person who supports guns, supports gun responsibility and supports the awareness of what a life is.
Yeah, but that wouldn't matter, because it doesn't matter. It's like, let's attack him anyway, just because he supports guns. So
yeah, and I am pro attacking Jack all day long if I felt like it, but not shooting him.
No, I got you. No, I got you. No, but this is what I'm afraid of, right? I'm afraid that you can attack this person. Well, let's attack that person and this person. And then you can attack me for even asking these questions at all. Like, why are you positive? And we can attack you because you're a liberal. And so, just on and on. We can attack you because, you're Saudi, and like, okay, we're talking about 9/11, and you're Saudi, so like, okay, there are a lot of reasons there. So on.
There was a very.
What's your name first?
My name is Ali Azhar.
And where are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
I'm a freshman, chemical engineer. There's a very important question that you asked in the beginning of the class, before you asked what we're afraid of, is what we should learn.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned spiraling down, and I have a metaphor. When you push an agenda, it's like pushing a snowball down a mountain, right? The snowball is going to get bigger and bigger, collecting more snow. When you push an agenda, you're going to collect more people.
Yeah.
So if you share your ideas with people, you're going to attract people who agree with your idea.
Yeah.
If you share it verbally, you're going to get a verbal response.
Yeah.
And if you have that discussion, you're going to get somewhere, you're going to find common ground, you're going to make progress. But if you cut that discussion and respond in violence, then you're also going to get a violent response.
True.
And that's going to spiral down. So we're afraid of violence because it's uncontrollable. And we need to learn to communicate without violence, because pushing a verbal agenda is going to lead to a verbal response.
Yeah.
That's what we should learn.
Yeah.
I think just adding on to that, I think we really have to drive home the point that two wrongs don't make a right. A wrong is still a wrong.
That's kind of a simple thing, but it's one of those lessons that's very difficult to learn. And thanks, by the way, thanks for that. That's I enjoy that. Wait, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think I maybe have a proposal, like a concept of why there may be more division. I think, how do I explain this? Two wrongs don't make a right, and Charlie was very aggressive with his views. He was at least I think a lot of the things that I've seen in a lot of the media I ingested from him was anti-college, yet his main source of debate was college campuses. That's a little bit.
Well, yeah, but okay, hang on. Yes,
No,
he
yeah, you're
was
fine.
right. He was a provocateur, so to speak. But that was his job. You know what I mean?
Sure, but was his job based? It was rooted in his beliefs, was it not?
Well,
He brought up
but
his family and
I
children a
don't know.
lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, look, listen. I heard him say so many things that were like kind of all over the place. Like with me, for example, that there's a point at which, to be honest with him, I think he got so good at what he was doing that he could take so many different sides and argue things. And when you do that, like for me, one of the reasons I don't talk in here, that I like having you all talk, is because I like to hear what you have to say, right? And so there is a way in which that his provocateur thing was his work. And by the way, if I had to take classes over again, I don't know what I would do. I would drop out of college immediately, because I just would. So he provided a great service in the college environment.
Proves
So
Charlie
it's like,
writes,
get out,
college
do
is
that.
scum.
All right, hang on. Can somebody answer that question who's like a Charlie Kirk fan? Are you a Charlie Kirk fan? Can you, dude, no, here, give him that. Here, you can use this one here, it's easier. Can you pass that down? Can you answer that question? How's it further discourse and knowledge and community?
Like, what do you mean? Like discourse?
Like his debate style, prove me wrong. Dude, prove me wrong, man.
I mean, I think like it caused some harm in the fact where like he's telling kids that are outwardly like gaining debt for going to college to get a good education, to get a good job one day, that you're basically doing this and it's useless because you can make money further on now, like not going to college.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you sit there and like he practiced fair speech, supported the First Amendment a lot, so
And he listened to other
he
people.
listened. I think
Yeah.
where like not to hate on Layla, but like to go against her a little bit. She said it.
No way, he's not hating on you.
I'm-
No, your opinion isn't hating on me.
But she said someone could take his like rhetoric and push it further.
Yeah.
Where I think we're looking at like, oh, he had so many supporters, but he didn't talk to his supporters. He talked to people that went against him and shared everybody's beliefs, which if you're sharing your beliefs and having civil conversations like that, it prevents violence and it prevents getting shot.
Thank you.
And I also have a question, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I heard a lot of stuff about like the Second Amendment and like furthering gun laws. The whole purpose of the Second Amendment is to protect us from a dictatorship
Yeah.
in our government. So the whole right is so you have the opportunity to protect yourself if the government goes away. My kind of question is, how do y'all like think about one political party? Because I'm very middle of the ground, but one middle of the ground is trying to strip you of your rights and not allow you to protect yourself against them, or not being able to speak out, where you see a lot of liberals nowadays are going against the freedom of speech because it causes harm. But if you're able to talk through issues, how are you causing
Yes.
violence?
Here, can I answer that question, actually?
Sure.
First off, so you talk about individuals, people protecting themselves from the long arm of the government. You mean like when the government sends the National Guard into cities? You mean that?
I mean,
Protect ourselves from
protect
that?
yourself from anything. If
Okay,
you
I
don't
got
agree
you.
with the government,
No, I
no
got
matter who
you.
you are.
I got you, but I just feel like I had an obligation to say that. The second thing I want to say is, I think that for me, as somebody who's very much in the exact center, straddling, I think the left and the right do a pretty equal job of shutting people down and curtailing free speech. So, for example, in this class, you know, when I came into this class and we're having this conversation, and I'm thinking, I think am I doing a pretty good job of this? Am I being fair? Like I'm not, okay? I'm not afraid of the left right now. I'm afraid of the right. I'm afraid of saying something that I don't even know is critical of the president or Charlie Kirk or something, and I'm going to get hammered, and the phone calls and the emails are going to go to Penn State, and I'm like, the right's going to take me down, right? And
I mean,
I'm really afraid of that.
I'm from Southern Virginia, so
Okay.
guns are a big thing where I
Yeah,
live,
yeah.
right? A lot of military. I live on
Yeah.
the biggest naval base in the world, so you can say that you're scared of these things, but in my opinion, everybody who's died in my hometown from gun violence, or people I know that have been shot,
Selling
it's
coke.
not majority of the time 200 yards away from a rifle
No, I
while you're giving
yeah, I hear
speech.
that.
It's drug deals.
Yeah.
It's stuff.
It's arguments in school
Yeah,
that
I got
cause.
you, which could be a good reason to.
His mind, or maybe he showed some progression in his thinking. Because she made a very good point. It was
yeah.
prove me wrong, but it was never for the benefit. Like being able to look at someone with an opposing opinion and say, I take no offense, it's not hating on me, it's your opinion, it's your stance, I respect it,
Yeah.
is something he did rarely. And I think even again in relation to who he was talking to, he's 31, or correct?
Yeah.
He's in his
Here.
30s arguing with college students
Well,
and pushing a fake prove me wrong narrative. I'm going to listen to you.
Fake.
No, you're
No,
not.
here, I'll tell you how I know
How?
that he shifted his thinking. Because you cannot be engaged with human beings in the way that he was and the way that I am, day after day after day. You cannot engage at that level and shift the way you see the world. And I listened to the complexity of his arguments over time, and I'm like, yeah, that dude's like,
See this lady, Lilia, I think that's her name. She's a liberal. It's obvious. She's someone who is obvious. She do not like Charlie Kirk. It's obvious. But she's saying Charlie is prove me wrong, fake narrative. It's crazy. These are people who hate on Charlie, who do not like Charlie's agenda, who feels like anything Charlie is saying is wrong, even without listening to him. She's never debated with Charlie before. But she has a lot of hate in her heart already. The words she's saying about Charlie, that Charlie did not push his words where she just do not like the man. But the obvious truth is that irrespective of our political differences or our agreements, you do not, the left, radical left lunatic do not have a right to go kill someone. I disagree with you, you disagree with me. It does not mean you should come kill me. Do you understand? It's a terrible, evil act to commit such atrocity. It means your heart is evil. This is despicable. This means you don't have conscience again in you. We might have disagreement, does not mean you should come kill the person. Do you understand? You do not like someone, does not mean you should come kill the person. You understand? So a lot of what Charlie is saying is true. And this lady, I don't want to accept it. According to what she's saying, she just do not like anything Charlie is saying. It's obvious. And I detest people who lie. Because the professor here is trying to tell her that irrespective that you do not like the man, but there are some certain things you hear about him that be like, oh yeah, this is true. The reason why she don't want to accept what Charlie is saying is true is because she just hates him in general. You understand? She doesn't want to listen to any other thing about him. Charlie never spread hate. He only spoke the truth. So if someone has been silenced by the truth, that's bad. Everything Charlie is saying, I know it's not everyone that must agree 100%. A lot of people do not agree in his store that he started with, you are being brainwashed, college is a scam. Not everyone who agreed about that. I understand. Some people believe that education is the key. Education makes a lot of things happen. Truth be told, I understand. I do not hate you for that. I do not despise you for that. It's true. But the truth of the matter is that education is good, 100%. But the current education we are having now, is it 100% good? A lot of students are going through depths. A lot of students regret ever going to college in the first place once they're done. A lot of students never use that degree once they're done. So what Charlie is trying to tell you is that these are issues that we are having. Our education in general is not fixing. And a lot of people do not need to go to college to become successful in life. Period. But people hate on him for that. You disagree does not mean you should hate on him. I disagree with a lot of left people. That doesn't mean I hate them. They're acting like a radical left lunatic. That doesn't mean I hate them. If I see you outside, I'm not going to hit you or do something radical to you. No. I might disagree with you. Doesn't mean I have to be violent towards you. That is the issue I'm having right here. But this lady right here, she's speaking not with an open mind, but with a lot of hate in her. This lady again, it's obvious she do not like Charlie at all, and she do not want Charlie's mission to continue. She wants to just end. That is the mission of a lot of this radical left lunatics. They want Charlie's mission that he has, TPUSA, to just go down the drain. No one should continue the movement. But there's a shocker for her. We are continuing this movement. It's just keep on burning more. The fire is still burning. America is taking over. This China is all about Charlie Kirk and about against the left wing. So her narrative, her ideology, what she thinks, that is her own business. You do not agree with Charlie, accept it. I do not hate you. I do not despise you. But don't come here and say bullshit thing about him. No, that I detest, that I hate, that I do not like at all. Don't say anything evil or hurtful towards him. He did an incredible work here on earth, and I'm very glad, and I know that God saw everything he did, and God is going to accept it. Because every time Charlie comes for his talk, he preached the words of God. He tells his thousands of viewers, millions of viewers, that God is good. The impact of being a Christian man. But a lot of radical leftists that do not support that. He talked to atheists. A lot of atheists do not like Charlie because he was telling them about God. They do not like him. Accept it, but don't create violence because you detest someone. I saw people stepping on the flowers that they put for him for his memorial and stuff. That is terrible. Why would you do such? It's bad. People laughing at him on TikTok and other platforms. Why in the world are you going to do that? Laughing at someone's death. It's horrifying. It's terrible. For me, I feel like your heart's evil for you to do such. You do not like his belief or his narrative or his ideology or where he's standing from. Do not create violence. do not laugh at an innocent man being shot dead in front of the kids and his wife. That's why I get offended. Because that shows how callous and wicked and evil you are. You understand? But this entire professor was actually open-minded, and he talked to all students in a very respectful way. Either you being left or right, he was trying not to be biased. And I actually respect that. You get? I actually respect that. I love the guy who is a supporter of Charlie Kirk. He said it's plain truth. Gun does not kill anyone. People kill people. It's plain. People kill people. You can't tell me the accidents that have been happening how many times in a year that we should ban cars or we should ban kitchen knives because people use kitchen knives to kill people. It's people who carry out the evil acts. Why is Second Amendment very, very meaningful? Because we don't want any form of dictatorship in America. It's obvious. That's why Second Amendment, that's what Charlie was actually pushing for it. Check Charlie's videos about Second Amendment. That is the reason why he was pushing for it. Charlie do not want any form of government having power, full power over the people. Comment down below what you think about this entire video. I do not support violence, 100%. I detest violence, but speak the truth. The truth itself will set us free, as according to what the Bible said. Guys, we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay safe and on the spray.